And fucking, he's got a voice that
8UP's own.
Oh yeah, he's very has his.
He's one of the most genuine dudes I've ever met.
Yeah,
like aside from music,
such a sweetheart, man.
He looks like a big scary dude, but you talk to him,
cool as fuck, man.
He's
That's
like
family.
A soft little gentle teddy bear. Shout out to 5 if you're listening.
Hell yeah, Inmate 5, what up, my big homie? Anyways,
yeah,
he's got to be. He'll listen eventually. If he's not listening now, you know he will. But so that's actually a fucking great answer to how did you get started in music question, because we really got to look at the multi-genre spectrum. Like, you're an artist or a musician, you're not just a rapper or a lyricist, you know, and that's really rare nowadays. So, who first introduced you to rap?
To rap, that'd be my father.
Yeah? It was the same one that...
My father and his friends, it started with the Insane Clown Posse, Cypress Hill, and Eminem. Well, Eminem came later. Like, it was, I was listening to that shit before Eminem even came around on the mainstream. Like, before he even hit with his first album.
Yeah.
I'd known who the fuck ICP was, because we're only 3 or 4
Eminem
hours.
and Eminem, ICP, and DMX were some of the first rappers I really got into.
Oh, I love
Dre
Eminem.
And shit. Like, that's why I never got into the Juggalo ICP Eminem beef, because I fucked with them both at the same time. I discovered them at the same time, and I liked them both.
Oh, I love the beef.
Like,
I just eat up a good beef, man.
Oh, yeah, the beef was great, because at the end of the day, I got a hatchet man on my chest, you know, I'm a family for life, but at the same time, Eminem would have fucking eaten Jay alive.
Yeah.
And Shaggy alive, and he would have made, I've always said Eminem would have made a great member of Psychopathic Records if they wouldn't have beefed the way his brain thought and the way how he came across back in the early 90s. If they would have came together, Psychopathic would have been unstoppable.
Yeah, sure.
Could you imagine Eminem, Twisted, and Blaze
Back then,
together on a
honestly,
track?
I'd have to say that.
Seriously.
You know, I'd honestly have to say that.
And Eminem might not have ever taken the turn that he took.
Back then, I'd say they were really on equal playing grounds, because the back and forth dishes were just ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, and the last one, that I think ICP actually had the last word with Eminem Ain't Nothing But a Bitch Thing, and that's where they left it. And that whole song is cold. Like,
yeah.
I don't know, they were pretty, like, nowadays, yeah, it's definitely turned for the worse. I mean, like, in old Joe Bruce's, favor. Which sucks, because, he's one of my top favorite fucking rapper of all time. Next to Be Real from Cypress Hill. You gotta love Cypress Hill.
Hell yeah, you gotta love Cypress Hill. That's classic
Cypress
shit.
Hill
Right
makes me
there,
want to throw... Dude, Cypress Hill makes me want to throw a infant through a window. Just like a fucking closed glass window, double painted. Just grab a baby out of a carriage and throw it through a window, because I'm so hyped out.
That's pretty grotesque.
That's not that bad.
Well, that's actually...
I could say that I ripped it out of the woman's snatch, swung it around by the umbilical cord, and whipped it through a car window while someone was driving by, causing a fucking 5-car pileup with, blood, spit, and ass pouring out of the windows out onto the fucking road, things like that.
This motherfucker has a wonderful way of just leading into questions, man. You make interviewing easy as fuck. Because my next question is, you're a controversial rapper. How do you respond to people who might criticize your morbid style?
Well, if you don't like morbidity, it's a part of life, At the end of every road, there is death. And death is the, Anton Xander LaVey, no relation, and I'm not really, I used to fuck around with Satanism when I was a teenager and shit, but one of the things he always said is it's the great equalizer. Everybody dies in the end, it's just a part of life. It's grotesque. It's gross. It smells. It's disgusting.
It's real.
And it's there. And if you can't handle that, then you're not real, in my opinion. So if you have a problem with me because of the way I am, fuck you.
So I say, fuck them. Like,
I don't want to know you anyway. If you can't handle that, man.
You, man.
Exactly. If you can't handle horrorcore, at the end of the day, I'm not gonna fucking smoke meth and punch old ladies and shit. I'm not gonna do things like that.
But it's the way I've always looked at it is it's no different than the horror film industry.
Yeah.
Like, do you think the people making these films are actually cutting motherfuckers up and eating them and putting them in wood chippers and shit?
Well, Big Lurch was.
I'm sure there's a bad apple in every bunch, but I mean it's the same thing with horrorcore artists. It's just the music version of the film industry. It's entertainment, but it's real,
right?
And it's just the darker side of life, and in the unknown that people don't want to face.
Yeah.
And some people have no problem facing it, and it actually
It's
has
good to make fun of
metaphors
it.
for shit that they've gone through, or it could directly be something they've gone through, and now they're actually able to face it and know that someone else, at the very least, has the brain capacity to feel what they're going through.
Yeah, if it's a way I
Fuck,
find,
man.
It's a good way. See,
It's
I'm
what music is.
I'm a very anxious guy, man, and like it's a way that I use to. It's a mechanism I use to cope with all my insecurities and my frustrations and my hate and my pain and everything I want to just complain about all day, you know, just cry and moan and bitch, and I take all that shit and I put it right into the booth and into the drums and into the whatever the fuck I might be wanting to do with it, or the drawing. You know why? Because, you know, it's just better to do it that way. It's the way I deal with things constructively. It's the reason I don't go out and punch faces or shoot people. You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely,
it's either
that.
one or the other. And if you don't like the fact that I'm trying to positively channel my fucking negative energy into something that is creative, fuck your mother. Like,
absolutely,
like,
absolutely.
That's it.
All right. So there's only like 8 minutes left. There's still a couple more things I want to ask. So what we're probably gonna do is we'll let this run through with the rest of the interview, and then the Basement Radio Cypher it'll be like a part 2. I'm going to let it run. We'll pop it off. Then I'm going to pop it back on for the Cypher, and then we're going to shut off. And if you want to check out the Cypher, it'll be right there posted, and you can go straight to it. You don't got to go through a whole episode to hear the Cypher. It'll be right fucking there. So we're going to continue the interview. This has been fucking awesome, by the way, man. Like, hell yeah. For the first interview we dropping in here, man, not a better mind to fucking pick apart. Next one, the reason that I wanted to let this ride out instead of just saying, okay, let's fuck it, let's end it here, is there's a lot of beef and separation. I don't know what the word is that I'm looking for right now. I'm a little too stoned to find it properly. Separation's a good one in the Juggalo community, and a lot of people are just washing their hands of the whole ordeal. Like even lifelong juggalos, lifers that have been down since the whole fucking thing started, are washing their hands of it just because of what's being portrayed today. What is your view on the juggalos right now?
Well, I got love for every one of them.
Absolutely, it's family. I agree with that.
I mean, I'm one of those specific, and I'll go hate me if you want, but I'm one of those people who kind of washed my hands of the whole ordeal. Like, I won't listen to either of them until they get their fucking shit together. Because they should be united, but you have two halves that just don't fucking jive right on either side.
And most of it, from what's been publicly broadcast, is money and business bullshit, and that went personal.
I've been a juggalo since I was 5. Okay, you know, not many people can say that.
Yeah, no,
my dad can attest to that. My own father could be like, yeah, he has been. You know, because that's all I've gotten my ass kicked for it.
I feel I've been a juggalo forever. I just didn't discover it.
I was the only
like
juggalo
12.
in my neighborhood. Nobody else. Everybody else used to make fun of me for it. You know, I used to get my ass kicked for it. There's a few that fucking decided to ride with, but I've been through a lot over it, and just the way it's played out thus far, I didn't think it would end so cheaply. Like, it was hot, and then all of a sudden just things popped off the wrong way. I mean, I can understand where Twisted's coming from in the aspect that, like, they didn't get enough recognition, and towards the end there, all they got was, like, a slip to promote Abominations, which is one of their hottest fucking out. Like, the whole CD of Abominations by Twisted, front to back, is probably one of the finest horrorcore albums I've ever listened to.
I love the whole
hands
album.
hands down.
And all they got was
front to back too.
All
you
they
can
got,
just press play on that album.
All they got was
every fucking track. Even the bonus tracks on it are super fucking great.
She loved it.
Yeah. all they got was
she could play the
all they got was a fucking slip sleeve over it. You know, they did much more for that. You used to
Monoxide actually flipped out at Fright Fest over that. Spiked his fucking microphone off the floor.
Psychopathic didn't order enough fucking copies or something like that.
Yeah, dude. And he was like, his words were, "Watch what you get tattooed on your body, because motherfuckers can turn snake overnight."
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah. I knew something was up after that because I didn't even really hear about it. And like when it had happened. See, that's the thing, and as current as I used to be on all the events, I knew when it was coming out. I always knew, like...
Yeah.
And people would be there, and they'd be like, with the album, but nobody had even realized that it came out until, like, a fucking month after the fact.
I was on it, because I'm on Twisted shit.
Yeah. That's how I was. I had that shit pre-ordered. I got both Black Light
and I was on ICP shit even after the split. It just seems like the quality of the music keeps going down. Like, either their sanity is going down,
Shaggy
their talent's
Chudo's
leaving.
new
like,
shit. His new.
I could see Shaggy
Shaggy's
doing
always
all right.
been dope,
No, that new.
Well,
one is
Shaggy
awesome.
went through a
He's
stage,
keeping
in
it
my
the way-
opinion, but he's usually always dope. He makes being a mediocre scrub dope. He's like the fucking Kurt Cobain of the underground.
He's like the epitome of the juggalo. He's like the juggalo Superman.
ICP's the Nirvana of underground
I'm
rap.
telling-
A bunch of people that are mediocre artists come together and make an amazing sound.
As much time as I've spent over it and listened to it and been a part of it, I can purely say this. And if Joey Usler heard me say this now, he could hate me all he fucking wants over it. But, you know, like, all I see when I look at ICP now, definitely not what I used to see. What I see now is some crazy, power-drunk, just... Violent J's lost his fucking mind. And Shaggy's
He's
Shaggy's
doing
standing
everything
there.
he said he was
And
against.
Shaggy's just kind of standing there in the background like, yeah, man, I guess.
Yeah, I
bro,
get. Well, all right, bro.
Yeah, all right, dude.
Sure,
you know.
man.
You know,
I'm getting paid regardless.
And, yeah,
what the
exactly.
fuck happens.
You know, but the poor bastard's standing there like, man, what have we fucking become? And I know he's thinking it in the back of your sorry doe eyes, man. I know you know it. Like, if you hear this,
Well, see, like Twisted, man, they're only like 2-3 years, maybe 4. What in the Magic Ninja?
Yeah.
An entire fucking roster of nothing but elite artists.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
they're
dude.
taking
We knew
everything
Twisted could do it.
psychopathic
We
at.
all thought Twisted was gonna carry the torch of fucking
And they
psychopathic.
did.
Well, they did.
And
They
it turned
just
psychopathic. They just turned
they
it into
have
their
a
own
new
shit.
fucking
just stole it.
generation of.
they just stole.
Jay wouldn't
quote
budge, so
unquote-
they
they're
went
not
off and did their
horrorcore.
own
They
shit.
took the horrorcore out of it though and put the underground back into it. You know what I mean?
the-
Like.
At the very same time, all ICP did for Twisted was making some fucking money. So
Yeah.
But they showed him a lot.
They were
of
making
ropes
money
and
even-
shit,
I know,
and-
but-
and they showed him the road and stuff.
I'm
but,
just
you
saying
know,
they knew, you know, full good and well, like at the time, even when they were pissed about the advertising, this and that, they could have fucking solved it behind. I'm pretty sure, like maybe they were just keeping it. Who knows? We don't know the full behind the scenes story. I've listened to all the fucking interviews over it, and what it sounds like to me is there's a lot of separation and there was not enough communication. They just kind of went out and they, you know, cut ties, and it's driven fucking Joe crazy, and you know it.
And then a
You know,
bunch
like-
of shit popped off with Young Wicked that sparked another
Joe-
beef.
Oh yeah. Supposedly he fucked Sugar Slam or some shit.
Yeah.
Like-
No, he got Jumpsteady's daughter pregnant.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah,
Damn.
because
Yeah, that's why.
that's when
Otis-
it then jumped ship to Magic Ninja.
I was once dated a bitch. Dude, here's a true story. I once dated a bitch who was like just hit on by that guy. Like it was Otis that she was talking about. I was like, didn't he come on to you like after a show one time and shit like that? Like you asked him, like told him he did a good job, and he was just like, yeah, do those like something about her lip piercings, you know, about do they come out while you're sucking dick? That was his retort. Such a classy guy, you know.
Oh yeah.
He's cold as fuck though, man.
Yeah.
He's not a bad rapper. I've always, out of A and B, he's the better artist. But
Now that we got off subject.
we've only got a couple minutes left, so to wrap it up, are you affiliated with any labels or cliques? And do you have any upcoming projects you want to promote,
Well,
or shows or anything?
right now I'm in a transitional period. As we talked earlier, my old name was Crack Rocks, and now it's Columbine. Collin because of all the different Crack Rocks E's, Crack Rocks is.
Crack cock eye.
Yeah, Crack Rocks I. You know, whatever the... No, but yeah, I'm a part of Mental Ward. Huh?
No, you're good.
I'm a part of Mental Ward, and that's about it right now, you know. I was working with DSA, but there's, that just kind of fell off. Mad respect to Catacombs. Love the kid.
Hell yeah.
Thanks for working
Elite
with me.
artist. One of the legendary songs.
If he's listening right now, if he hears about this, thanks for working with me. That's it.
All right, well, thanks for coming out, bro. You ready to hit the cipher up?
Yeah.
All right. If you want to hear the cipher, it'll be posted. It'll be coming up right behind this. Give us like 3 minutes to load up a new channel. And thanks for listening. That was Columbine Collin. Check his shit out. You can find him. I think it's still Crack Rocks on SoundCloud.
It's on SoundCloud. We'll have new shit up.
We'll have new shit up soon. So if you want to check that out, hit up Colin Glover on Facebook, and he'll hook you up with whatever you want to hear of that shit. It's been a fucking blast. We're going to get into the cipher. Come tune in next week, 7 p.m. Central Time. As always, it's been a fucking blast, y'all. 8 up in the...
You're listening to Basement Radio on Underground Surround Sound. strictly about the